Hello, wild people. Welcome to AK Wild One. Well, I'm planning a long distance hike through some hot country, and my gear needs to adapt accordingly. Thank you for tuning in. By the time this video appears, I'll be hiking the Arizona Trail. You can keep up with my adventures by following my Facebook page, AK Wild One. I'll also post Arizona Trail blogs every 2 weeks. I'll step back from posting every week and instead post every other week until my adventure on this trail is completed. As I get set to backpack the 790-mile Arizona Trail, I realized I needed to make some gear adjustments. These adjustments should benefit anyone planning a long hike through hot country, so let's dive in. I'm trying to cut weight this time around. It's a pity my camera gear isn't made out of Dyneema or titanium. A major change will be my Z-Pax Soloplex tent. I bought this tent because of the simple, effective design, room, and ease of setup. It's a one-pole tent, but it's secured with up to 10 stakes. It weighs 15 ounces, it's 100 inches long, and the center width, including the vestibule, is 62 inches. So plenty of space. I'll also be bringing along 10 groundhog stakes like I always do. In more than 3,000 miles of hiking, I have only broken one. They are tough and light. I will need tough stakes that stay in the ground because the Arizona winds can be relentless. I'll also be carrying our well-worn Tyvek ground sheet that we use both on the PCT and the CT as a ground cloth for my tent. This will help provide protection for my tent bottom from the abrasive ground and all the pokey things in the desert. This ground sheet is nostalgic. It's been with us on the Pacific Crest Trail and the Colorado Trail and through Alaska backpacking adventures, and we used it as a hitchhiking sign on which Flash wrote down the towns we hope to reach. Perhaps it'll wind up being a museum piece one of these days. I'll also bring along some extra tough cord when I need to make rock loops for rocks to hold down the guy lines of my tent when the ground is too hard to pound in a tent stake. For footwear, I'm sticking with my Merrell Moabs. I like the strong soles and feel on my feet. I've completed quite a few steep 13-mile hikes and my feet hold up well in these boots. This pair shown here has lasted more than 700 miles, and I'll be starting the trip with a new broken-in pair. I also have a new pair of Hoka Speed Goats in reserve in case I want to try something lighter through the long, flat stretches. I went through 7 pairs of Hoka Speed Goats on the Pacific Crest Trail. Now this one's almost too painful to mention. I bought a new sun hat. It's a Sunday afternoons hat that I bought at REI, which I plan to wear with a great deal of trepidation. That means giving up this science project. This hat has helped me navigate the PCT and the CT. I've almost lost it in windstorms, but I almost feel like abandoning this hat will just invite mayhem and bad luck. I'll also be wearing sun gloves, outdoor research sun gloves. I'll need these to keep my hands from getting dry and sunburned. Okay, something I'm going to keep in reserve is an umbrella. I'll keep this umbrella by 6 Moon Designs in the wings. If you've watched my Colorado Trail documentary, you'll know the story behind this umbrella. It was one that Flash bought and didn't let me use it during a hailstorm. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, some folks swear by umbrellas, others swear at them. But along the Arizona Trail, the sun is going to be quite intense, so I might give it a shot. Umbrellas can certainly become a liability if it gets too windy, which is often the case on the Arizona Trail. So I'll keep this on standby and we'll see whether or not I decide to use it. Okay, I also plan to carry 2 Canuck 1-liter collapsible bottles. I've used these before and used them for my reserve waters. I plan to have a 5-liter water capacity on the Arizona Trail. I'll carry 2 1.5-liter Smart bottles and 2 Canuck collapsible bottles to use during the long stretches. Okay, I've also bought a new silk sheet for my air mattress that goes around my air mattress. This will help keep me from sticking to my air mattress at night when there's no water to rinse my legs. Okay, water purification tablets. I'll be carrying these the entire distance. The water sources on the Arizona Trail can be marginal. Already in February, I've read reports of hikers getting sick even after filtering their water. You cross a lot of cattle country and you wind up sharing your water with a lot of cattle and miscellaneous wildlife. My plan is to filter my water and purify it if I pull it from a questionable source. I know folks who have contracted Giardia on the trail, and I want to avoid this at all costs. I'm also going to pay special attention to hygiene. So I'm going to be carrying liquid soap instead of hand sanitizer. And I'm going to use it after I go to the bathroom, pour a little bit on my dry, dirty hands, put some water, soap, and lather it up, and then pour that into the cat hole. Hand sanitizer is not enough to keep my hands from spreading norovirus, so I'm taking my trail hygiene to a new level. Getting sick in the desert would be a bummer, to say the least. Once again, I'll be wearing my Mountain Hardwear Crater Lake hoodie. I just love these for the sun protection and warmth if needed. I've gone through about 3 of these on my long distance hikes. I'll be switching out my bear canister for an Ursack. I know I'll save a couple of pounds by not carrying my bear canister. There are bears and rodents and other critters that can get into your food, but I'm trying to lighten my load. I also purchased scent-free plastic bags that I'll place my food in before putting it in the Ursack. We'll see how this goes. I'm worried about rodents, quadrimundi, and javelinas, more so than bears tearing into my food this time around. And I'll be carrying a neck gaiter for added sun protection. You can use this a variety of ways. You can wear it over your head. You can make a hat out of it, or you can use it as almost as a hot pad for taking your hot pot off the stove when you're eating. I'm going to be going back to a Sawyer Squeeze with a 2-liter Canuck bag. I like the Katadyn Be Free, but I felt like going back to the Sawyer would be a wise move because of the durability. 790 miles, I want to make sure I have something that I think can hold up. But I also have an extra Katadyn Be Free in reserve should I decide to use that. I love my Zero sandals, and I'll be carrying this pair again. I'll be airing my feet out at the end of the day. These are also good when you're walking around during town days. This is the second pair of Zero sandals that I've been through, and still love them. For those stretches when the thorn flora isn't trying to lacerate me, I'm going to wear hiking shorts to stay cool. And so I have these North Face hiking shorts that I'll be wearing on the trip. For long pants, I'll be wearing these REI pants. Now I bought these for the PCT and I love them, but they're falling apart. I'll need to sew the rips, or maybe I could use a stapler, want to be old school. They're very ultralight. I discovered they discontinued this particular type of pants, but I wound up buying its cousin. It's a similar pair, but not the same. I also found out that it has 4% spandex. That's troubling for me because I am morally opposed to people over 50 wearing spandex. Oh well. I'll also pack a pair of prescription sunglasses, Burt's Bees chapstick, sunscreen 50 lotion, and Body Glide in case I develop some chafing. Well, wild people, these are my hot backpacking adjustments. I realize this list isn't comprehensive, but these adjustments are suited to my style and my own peccadillos. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notifications button on this video if you found some value in it. It helps a lot. Also, please leave a comment on gear adjustments you make for hot hiking. Happy trails, and remember Helen Keller, who said, "Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all." And so, until we meet again, live wildly, my friends.
you.